So human beings were made without shoes. You know, back in the day, our ancestors, the Neanderthals, the hunter-gatherers, they were out here running after their prey, trying to make sure that they could eat barefoot, running through the sands, the savannas, through the forests, on rocks and all of that. But nowadays, modern days, we have shoes of all different types, all different sizes, and it means that we kind of lose that quality of the barefoot athleticism that we would have. And proprioception is a big part of that. Proprioception is essentially our ability to know where we are in space, and being able to sense the ground is a very big factor of that. And we can only do that if we're in contact with the ground. But nowadays we're always going from one shoe to another. As you can see, I'm even wearing slides right now as I'm about to head into my workout. But the lovely people at Vivobarefoot, as you can see here, they sent me a pair of barefoot shoes. Now, why have barefoot shoes? Why not just train barefoot? Well, it's hard to go from 0 to 100 in barefoot training when you've never really been barefoot before, and especially as you're a bit older and you've gotten used to wearing shoes, wearing trainers when you train. If you suddenly take that away, you're going to feel like, oh, that's a bit crazy. You're probably going to get injured. So what these kind of barefoot shoes do is help you to bridge that gap from the 0 to 100, so that you're not just going all in straight away. You can kind of gradually ease yourself into it. How do they work? Honestly, I'm not really too sure of the complete shoe science. I'm not a shoe scientist. This is not a shoe channel, but what I do know is that there are different types of barefoot shoes. Some allow you to put your toes individually so that you can move your toes one at a time, so you can really feel the ground. Some of them are extremely thin so that you can somewhat feel the ground, and there's just protection from extra materials, like if you step on a rock or some glass or something like that. But then some of them are a bit more thicker, a bit more holistic shoes. So there's levels to this barefoot shoe stuff. And today I have been sent a pair of, what have you got here? The Primus Lite 3Ms. So I'm going to try them on, and I'm going to try and get into some speed work today. So I'll let you know how it goes. Some initial observations. The front of the shoe is super wide. So I guess that's just so your feet are in a natural position, because most shoes are quite narrow. So I guess it kind of scrunches your toes a bit, which probably isn't good for the toes. It's very thin material. This material here is extremely thin. The sole, you know what's weird about it? It looks very protective, but I can feel it, and it's quite thin as well. So I can see why they would say it's a barefoot shoe, because when I initially looked at it, I was like, oh, this might not have the barefoot feel. I'm not really gonna feel the ground, but it's weird. It's thin and thick at the same time, thin and protective. It's got some grip on it too. So yeah, all right, let's see if they fit. Oh, it's also made from recycled materials, which I really like. If you don't know, I'm quite big on sustainability, man. We only have one planet, we've got to take care of it. Let's put them on and let's see how they feel. Let's get these slides. Oh, feeling like Pure Kicks. Shout out to my guy, Pure Kicks. Man, they used to do all these shoe reviews back in the day, and they're coming back, they're still here. First thing, it's my size, so thank God for that. Yeah, it feels really, really roomy in the toes, which that's nice. It's a nice feeling. They slip on really easily. They're like slides. Quite enjoy that, to be fair, because I was out last night and my feet were a little bit sore. It's the stand. You know what? I get how they're barefoot, but at the same time, they just feel like shoes. It's like I'm wearing Crocs or something, but you can work out in them. All right, let's see how it goes for a couple reps. So far I've gone through my spin mechanics warm-up. It's cool for walking and all that. For someone like me who I do barefoot training for sub-maximal plyometrics, but not necessarily for high impact stuff, I can feel the impact just on doing a little march with more. I can definitely feel the floor more. I can tell that it's gonna definitely have to be a gradual easing process to get used to this. It's so weird. You can feel the floor, but you can't at the same time. It's very interesting. One piece of advice I would give to all athletes, random bit, but always cut your toenails before you go and train or play. Make sure you've got short nails, because that will add to the pressure of a shoe. So I am due a toenail clipping, so I can feel my toenails pressing at the end of it on certain movements, but when I'm just sitting down like this, it's all right. So I think it depends on the movement. When I was doing the skips, I could really feel it. But then when I was doing the switches, I was fine. The marches were okay. So we'll see with a little bit of sub-maximal locomotive plyos, see how that goes. But so far, so good. The shoelace did come undone once, but that's probably just my poor shoelace tying skills. I probably shouldn't use these for sprint training just yet, me personally, because I probably still need to build up to this level. But for weight training, I think these are going to become my lifting shoes if I'm honest. But then when I go on like the treadmill, I think I may switch up to another pair of trainers. I've done a couple of locomotive plyometrics in them. Still the same thoughts that the bottom of it is thick enough that you don't feel the ground, but thin enough that you do feel the ground. It's a very weird combination of sensations, but I guess that's the idea of a barefoot shoe. It's a juxtaposition in itself. So yeah, very good shoes, very good quality. Obviously this is my first time wearing them, so they probably need to be broken in a little bit. As I can see, the toe box comfortable in terms of my toes being flat. But obviously, as I said earlier, cut your toenails so that you don't get that soreness. So I'm sure once I do that, they'll be fine. Very comfortable around the ankle as well. I should have mentioned earlier, there's nothing really there. There's a little like soft lining here too, which is good. Sizing is good because it's a 47. I'm pretty sure a UK 13 is usually like a 48. So the fact that they gave me a 47 and it's a good size is a good sign. Oh, for people who are used to training barefoot, then these are a great way to maybe deload your training a little bit, and you can do those higher intensity trainings but with a bit of extra support on your feet. For people that aren't used to it, then these are a great way to progress your training and start very low level. You can do your slow heavy lifts, then sub-maximal plyometrics, maximal plyometrics, locomotive plyometrics, and then into some intense sprints, and just get used to that feeling of feeling the floor a bit more. I'd also just highly recommend having something like this for athletes in general who wear shoes. So, you know, basketball players, football players, American football players, sprinters, tennis players, you know, we're in compact shoes that are designed to help improve our performance, but at the same time, they do put our feet, our toes in compromising positions at times. So it's nice to get some respite and different stimuli into our feet, into those fascia, so that we can train everything and be a more holistic athlete, which is the goal on this channel. And that's why I wanted to review these shoes. So if you want to get yourself a pair of these shoes, I will have a discount code in the link in the description or somewhere in the link in my bio on my Instagram. You should follow that as well, or in my TikTok, follow there. Or if you are based in Dubai, as I am, or in the UAE, then you can check out their stores. So in the UAE, they have a store in Dubai. It's on the side of the bag here. So they have stores at Soul Therapy in Dubai Festival City, Soul Therapy Arabian Center, and in Sharjah, and Soul Therapy Al Zaya City Center. And you can also check out www.soultherapy.ae if you're in the Middle East. But this is a global brand, so you should be able to just go onto vivobarefoot.com and also find options for whatever location you are based in. Different kind of video for me, a shoe review, but you know, barefoot training is not new to me. It's something that I've posted before on this channel for years. It's something that's incorporated into my online programs, which you can check out at elitesmartathletes.com and just head to the online program section. And I think it's just something every athlete should be doing. So thank you, Vivo Barefoot, again for giving me these shoes. Really appreciate it. I hope that you have gained something from this video. Hit the like button, comment, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. Let's help the channel grow. I know I'm the most inconsistent YouTuber out there, but I promise you I'm always working on stuff for you guys. So just keep following, trust the process, and I hope it helps. But as always, until next time, stay blessed.